So I've always been fascinated about why things happen. There's a lot of talk on how to change things, how to whatever, solve problems, how to do things. I've always been fascinated by what's underneath, what's really going on. And sometimes when we think we know what the cause is or whatever, I always feel like we can go a little deeper. And I was hearing someone, Kristen Neff, I think, I can't remember exactly. She's a very well-known person when it comes to self-compassion. And she was talking about why we're so critical with ourselves. And she said that based on research, they've seen that it's one way that we use to kind of motivate ourselves. And if you think about this, how many of us want to be, for example, successful because maybe when you were a kid, someone told you that you couldn't be? Or maybe, I always see like, we're coming from a, quote unquote, I don't see it as negative, but coming from a maybe like a more fear-based place. For example, those of us that grew up in poverty or a lot of scarcity, like we want to have money because we hated how we grew up, right? And like I said, maybe someone told you, like a teacher or maybe even a parent or a sibling, a friend or something when you were a kid, that you were not good at this, that you would never be able to achieve that or whatever. And they would kind of trying to prove them wrong and prove to them that yes, I can, that yes, I can do it, that yes, I have what it takes, that yes, I can do that. And it's kind of like not maybe coming from here, but just coming from a place of I need to prove them wrong. But here's what I wanted to say. So we know, I'm not saying that it's effective or that it's the best way, but we know that using self-criticism as motivation works. It does tend to work. How many people are successful today because they got there through self-criticism, through hating the way they were maybe as a person or their circumstances or something, right? So we know that it works. We know that it works. I don't think it's the healthiest approach. I don't think it's the best, the most enjoyable journey to get to your destination, to your goal, to the place where you want to be. But I thought of this analogy, like, okay, self-criticism works. But at the same time, if you had like a cheerleader going around all day, all freaking day, someone like cheering you on, like anything you do, it's like, holy shit, that was amazing, yes, and cheering you on and motivating you, inspiring you, and highlighting everything you're doing well and how amazing you are, how beautiful of a person you are, and just like the most incredible cheerleader working for you 24/7, right? You gave them, so many mosquitoes here, you gave them $1 million, so they're very enthusiastic about their work because they also know how much impact they're having in your life. So they're cheering you on like no one you've ever seen in your entire life. So positive, so loving, so caring, so compassionate, 24/7 around you, right? Wouldn't that be a more effective approach, right? You'll probably get tired as hell at first. Might take some time to get used to that. But here's a point that I'm trying to make. Like, if you were your own cheerleader, and we hear that all the time from people recommending that, it's obviously easier said than done. I'm not gonna sit here and preach that like I'm perfect and I do that all the time, right? Or gonna tell you that, oh, it's just easy, it's just a mindset shift. No, it's harder than that. So if someone tells you that BS, I don't know, I don't agree with that. It's easier said than done. But if you have that intention, if you set that intention when you wake up, when you go to bed, right? There's a lot of talk about like when you're shifting into sleep and you go into like alpha state, right? And you like self-hypnosis and all that cool stuff that we can do with hypnosis and with kind of tapping into our subconscious, right? If you have the intention for the next day or even when you wake up, that today I'm gonna be more compassionate with myself than I've ever been before. Today my intention, or tomorrow my intention is when I wake up, be more loving, compassionate, caring to myself than I've ever been before. And you just set the intention. It's, of course, you're not gonna be able to meet that 100% of the time, it's okay. But if slowly over time that becomes more of a focus for you, you can do, what I do a lot is I set the lock screen on my phone You can do like an affirmation that you like or something, some kind of message that reminds you of this. Yeah, so you could write whatever, like compassion or whatever. I've given examples like that in other videos. And just day by day, slowly becoming your own cheerleader. I think that will become a much more powerful source of motivation, but I like inspiration better, right? There's talk about like motivation is a little more external, and it's okay, we need that. I'm not gonna sit here and talk about all that BS of like, oh, if you rely on motivation, like, it's okay, we're human beings, we need both, motivation, inspiration. But the inspiration comes from a deeper place, goes much deeper, is way more powerful, way more sustainable, more enjoyable too, in my opinion, and experience. And like I said, slowly, day by day, kind of shifting more towards that side, towards that approach. I've seen in my own life, like I said, I'm by no means perfect, whatever perfect means. But the more I shift in that direction, the easier it is for me to take action on the things that I want to take action on, to be way more compassionate with myself and others. Of course, I get triggered. Of course, I have emotions. I'm a human being, and I'm not a computer. I'm not a machine. But it's truly fascinating and very beautiful and very inspiring to see those shifts in myself, in people that I've recommended these things to. And I don't know, I think that's how we truly change and impact people. Like even people that have kids, you can just tell your kid like, oh, you need to be more compassionate. Like show them, be the example, lead by example. Show people how it's possible to live and it's possible to have a relationship with yourself like that. Don't tell them, don't just share memes in social media. Like don't just share little quotes on social media. There's so much BS about people. I see that all the time. I love seeing it. I have to get this off my chest, I'm sorry. But I see people that I know both people personally, right? Mother and son or some kind of relationship like that. And they post the most gorgeous things on social media. And then every time I see them, they treat each other like shit. So, I don't know, like, it's cool, share whatever you want on social media because that will inspire people too, but just lead by example, like, live the way, like, create the kind of world that you want to live in. If you want more compassion, more love, more kindness, maybe it starts with us. So, what's the topic of this video? I don't even know what I'm gonna title this video. I don't even know what this is about. I guess self-compassion or all that. But like I said, take your time with this. Be patient. Be patient with yourself. And I think you'll be able to motivate yourself in a much better, healthier, enjoyable way. When you have those triggers, when you notice you're criticizing yourself a lot, slow down, relax, realize that it's okay, you're a human being. It's going to happen. And I always say, like, even through when we do inner work, when we do self-development, when we do self-love work, it's like an onion, right? You peel a layer and you heal something and you, whatever, new kind of wisdom, new aha moments, new whatever, a deeper level of self-love, a deeper level of compassion. You just peel the layer in the onion. Eventually you reach a deeper layer. Stuff is gonna come up again. Triggers are gonna come up again. Stuff will happen. Relax. Breathe. Breathe. If you wanna get one of these, I'll put the link below. I made this for myself as a reminder. It's useful for me as a reminder. I love this. I love this. So, link below if you want that, but relax. Slow down, breathe. And realize, like, don't put, I'm talking to myself, let's not put so much pressure on ourselves. We're human beings. We're human beings. Let's treat ourselves the way we would like to be treated. Let's treat ourselves the way we treat the people that we love the most. I don't know. How does that feel? Does that feel good? Does that approach feel good to you. Let me know. Be curious to know. I wanted to make a video about this, and if this resonates, if you like this kind of stuff and you want more tools, ideas, exercises, mindset shift, I'll put the link below for my resources on how to approach this journey in a loving, compassionate, very, very cool way. So I'll put the link below for that. If this resonates also, you might want to check out one of the videos that I'll put up here. I truly hope that helps. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in one of those videos.